Hello everyone. I welcome you here again. So today we have Mr. Jagannath Venkat with us. So welcome Jagannath.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
So Jagannath is a current PhD scholar from IIM Indore. So we'll start with your academic journey first. Please tell us.
So I did my 10th standard from the ICSE background. And eventually my 12th was based on CBSE, and I was basically a science student aspiring for engineering. But luck had its own choices, I believe. Destiny had its own choices. So I went on to pursue a career in commerce and finance. I did my bachelor's in business and management, and then eventually went on to pursue course in cost and management accountant and company secretaryship. And after doing that, I joined the banking sector, wherein I spent around 9 years in different banks, primarily both private sector as well as public sector banks, wherein I was engaged in appraisal of loans or the credit requirements of different categories of borrowers that included both retail as well as corporate. So after having spent around 9 years in the banking sector, I decided to pursue a career in academics and research, and that's how my journey with IIM Indore as a PhD scholar began in the year 2019. And it's been 4 years since I joined IIM Indore as a research scholar. I'm in the final year of my PhD right now. Hopefully, I'm trying to graduate by next year. So that if I were to sum up my academic journey, that is how.
Okay. So Jagannath has already published a case in IB and one paper also in ABDC B category listed journal. So do you want to share your experience? Anything about it?
Yes. So my journey with, as far as publication is concerned, began in the year 2021, wherein I started with the idea of writing a case, or writing a couple of cases. I have brought from the experience that I had in banking sector, brought the experience from there, and try to share whatever I have had experienced in that, in as far as the resolution of sticky assets is concerned, and try to leverage on that. And that's how the idea of writing cases on financial resolution and the resolution of distress is concerned came up. So I started writing, and I would also like to share that the publication process is a very lengthy one. Sometimes it happens to be lengthy, and if luck is by your side and it is indeed of very good quality, you can also get it published within a short span of, say, 6 months to 1 year, or it can also go up to 2 years. So let me also say that there is no benchmark as to what is the time duration of an average publication that takes. So my suggestion, sincere suggestion, would be to start well in advance at the earliest possible instance. One should not strive to, like bring it to a particular quality and then only try to send it. So you have to have a very good evaluation of how the quality of the paper is, and then take a call. But also take it into consideration that it's a lengthy process, and you need to have a lot of patience and perseverance, because many a times it takes up to 2 rounds, 3 rounds of iterations or revisions and so on and so forth. And despite that, you can't always be sure that it is going to be published at the same outlet. So sometimes you have to knock the doors of more than one journal or something. So this journey entails a lot of uncertainties. So both my publications, and as far as the ABDC B rated journal is concerned, as far as the case is concerned, I was lucky enough to that was the first journal that I applied for, and it got through. But one publication took 9 months, and another publication took around 1.5 years. So in both ways, there were rounds of revisions. In one, there was one round of revision. In the case, there were a couple of round of revisions, wherein the editors or the reviewers were very cooperative, and they were also very, I mean, they gave very constructive kind of reviews that helped us enrich our quality as well. So, I mean, overall, it was a satisfying and very enriching experience, so to say. And I must say, everyone should strive for publication, not only because that adds to their CV and strengthens their resume, but also it's an experience in itself. It's a very learning experience in itself. So that is how I would sum up the publication experience so far.
Okay. These days in India, from the management schools, so people are publishing on the case studies. Publishing, they are targeting Harvard or maybe Ivy for their case study to get
Yeah.
published. So
Right.
mostly for the
Right.
management studies. So do you want to share
Right.
something? How was your experience? You maybe a lot of scholars think that they will publish a paper in journal. So how did you decide to go for publishing a case, not for a journal?
So, publication of a case was for my academic satisfaction. So, I did not, embark on the writing of case study purely from the perspective of strengthening my resume or, from that perspective. I always wanted to write a case study. I don't know for what reason. Maybe one innate reason could be that while teaching, I should be, very thorough with the case, and most of the teaching in premier B schools these days are based on case-based teachings. So I thought that I need to have a first-hand experience of how the writing of the case study is before I start teaching the students the case. So that's why I thought, okay, I should also have a knack of writing cases. And that's how the journey of writing case started. And apart from that, I also wanted to shed some light on some of the recent processes in the corporate finance areas, or specifically in the area that I'm working on. So I thought there needs to be a heady mix of theory as well as practical experience or the recent cases, and that was also one of the motivating factors of why I wrote the case study.
Okay, thank you so much. So a lot of scholars, they struggle to find the correct journal for their, publication. So do you
That's
share
it.
something that how to find the right suitable journal for their publication?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, that's a very pertinent question to ask because if you don't select the right journal or don't know how to place your academic work in the correct journal, then it only lengthens or stretches your publication time, turnaround time. Let's say, because if you position it in a journal where it is generally not published, then they will either desk reject it. You will be lucky if they desk reject it because it doesn't take much of a time. But just imagine if they take a couple of months or so to say a quarter, and then revert with a negative response that it is not suited to the journal, then you have already wasted 3 to 4 months, and then you have to find another journal. So beforehand, what I would suggest is, once you know what kind of a paper you are writing, then you go through the related journals and see whether they have published related area papers in the recent past, and also look at the basic motivations or the objectives of the journal, because most of the journals in the web page write what kind of a content or what kind of academic work they are publishing. So just compare that statement with that of yours and see if it aligns with their overall objectives or not. And there's a very iterative process. You have to go through multiple journals and go through all of them, go through the recent papers that have been published in their journals, and then you can possibly make a match whether it suits, I mean, whether there is alignment with what you have worked and what they are looking for, and then possibly place it accordingly.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Jagannath. So is there anything else you want to share with all the viewers?
Yes, so what I have observed so far in my limited experience and as far as academics is concerned, that it has become a very competitive one. So, of course, all the premier B schools and universities are looking for good faculties or those who can teach well. Simultaneously, they are also putting due emphasis on research. So kindly make sure that you have good, I mean, you have a minimum number of publications, because to be very fair, the students can be gauged on their research capabilities only based on the research they have published. I mean, they might have n number of papers within in the pipeline, that can also get them through. But what is more essential for the preliminary screening of applications when you apply to different universities or these schools for applying at a faculty post is that how many publications you have. I mean, that is the basic necessity. Of course, they are going to grill you and gauge you on other parameters as well. But it is clearly, I mean, we need to read the writing on the wall clearly that publications are a necessity. So start the publication journey at the earliest. I mean, hit the ground running right from the word go. as soon as you complete your coursework. I mean, I don't know if the coursework is prevalent in all the university PhDs and all the IIMs, but once you are done with the preliminary review of whatever you want to do, have an assessment of where your interests are and start the writing process at the earliest, because publication journey is uncertain. You don't know how long it's going to take. So it's better to start early and aim for good quality publications, because if you aim for at least an A star or an A, you don't know, you might end up with a B. So don't aim for a certain quality. Aim for the best, and then you can leave the rest after you have given your best. So I would say that start with the research journey at the earliest.
Okay. Thank you so much, Jagannath, for sharing your learning and experience with all of us. Thank you so much.
Thank you. It was a pleasure.